It's interesting, a couple of years ago, I had the very sad job of meeting with a friend who sat across the table from me, and she looked at me and she said, "Lisa, I don't love my husband anymore. I've decided that I'm going to go out. Life is too short. I don't want to be stuck in this hard, bad marriage. There's got to be something more. There's got to be my ultimate soulmate out there, and my husband isn't it." I, of course, counseled this dear friend of mine using all the biblical wisdom that I had. I spoke from my heart. I reminded her of the preciousness of her legacy, the devastation that would happen in her kids' lives. But all of that fell on deaf ears with her because she thought that the grass was greener on the other side. Well, a few years after that, I ran across her. She had gotten married. She had found what she at one point called her soulmate. She had traded in her entire legacy for this new man, this new relationship, this newfound soulmate. I asked her if we could sit down and have coffee sometime, and she agreed. So a few months later, we sat down and we had coffee. This was 2.5 years after our original meeting where she told me she was divorcing her husband. As she sat down, I looked across the table at her and I said, "You know what, my sweet friend, tell me a little bit about your new husband. I've been distant from you because I was hurt by the decisions that you make, but I want to come to you and I want to say I forgive you and I want to love you right where you're at. I may not agree with your choices, but I do know that God is a God of forgiveness and I want to love you where you're at. So tell me about your new husband." She looked across the table at me and she replied in such a strange little answer. She said, "Well, he's hairy." And I said, "Hairy as in he's got a lot of body hair?" And she said, "Yep." And I thought to myself, wait a minute, you've traded your entire legacy for a man who now, just 2 short years later, all you can think to describe him is that he has a lot of body hair? This is so strange to me. And then she started crying and the tears came. She said, "Lisa, something that I've discovered is that marriage can be hard no matter who you're married to. It takes work, it takes investment. What I wouldn't do to go back and make different choices. Because Lisa, I have discovered the grass isn't greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water and fertilize it." I know marriage can be hard. I know there are days where we all want to throw in the towel. But let me encourage you, it's what you invest into your marriage that you'll get out of your marriage. Sometimes you need to love your husband even when he's unlovable, not because you want to do it for him, but because God says when you love the least of these, you touch the very heart of God. So I say, take your husband out of the picture. Oh, it may be physically him that you're loving or serving or doing for, saying a kind word even when he doesn't deserve it. But picture Jesus standing there. Very few times does the Bible say that we can touch the very heart of God. But when we reach out and we love somebody that seems so unlovable at that moment, we will touch God's heart and God will be pleased and He will honor us. I know marriage can be hard and sometimes there are biblical reasons for leaving, but more times God says, stay, be faithful, and I will bless you as you honor me.